Jed York, the owner of the 49ers, this week at the league meetings, talked about the situation in San Francisco with Jimmy Garoppolo still there, Trey Lance getting started, and he made an interesting comparison. Let's hear directly from Jed York.
You know, I mean, if Steve Young can sit on a bench for 4 seasons, like, Steve Young's a Hall of Famer, you know, and if he's willing to do it and he has the competitive drive to do it, why can't somebody else? I think those two drove each other in the late 80s and early 90s to be the best that they could possibly be. And if that's the situation that we have and that's what's created, like, sign me up for that problem any day.
Yeah. Look, why can't someone else sit for 4 years? Because the world has changed in the NFL. You can't sit a first-round pick for 4 years. You just can't. You don't give up, in all, 3 first-round picks and a third-round pick for a guy that's going to have his ass on the bench for 4 years. That's lunacy in today's NFL. Yeah, it was different back pre-free agency.
Right.
You ended up getting Steve Young on the roster. You still had Joe Montana. Yeah, sorry, Steve, but what else are you going to do? We got your contract. We got your rights. You have no way out.
Right.
In today's NFL, it's different.
It is.
In today's NFL, guys who want out just say, I want out, and, hey, teams are accommodating them.
Yeah.
This is not 1991 anymore.
No, exactly. I mean, it's just not the same, you know. And when they made the trade for Steve Young, what, in 87, you know, somewhere in there, right, around that time, from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the league is – you can't even compare the league to then and now. The 49ers were the New York Yankees at that time. There was no salary cap in football. They spent more money than everybody, and they would, hell, wait, we got a backup quarterback making $1 million on the bench, so what? They didn't care. It didn't matter. It had no effect on their football team, let alone, you know, Steve Young was, you know, yeah, this guy that's talented, BYU, Tampa, USFL, but there's issues too. You know, we got to fix his throwing. I mean, it's well documented how the efforts they went through to get him better at throwing the football. So it wasn't ready anyways right away, either way there too. It was looked at as a project. And I know Lance was looked at as a project, but not like to this. It's the number 3 pick of the draft. You don't like, hey, it's a project. We think he'll be our quarterback about a half a decade from now. That's how much we believe in him. It's insane. Assets are more valuable now. So, I mean, I understand what Jed York's trying to say there. I get that. He said, hey, 2 guys, all right, we had 2 guys once. It can work, the handing of the baton, and the organization never loses a step. Okay, I get that. But, you know, this is a little different in the fact, like you said, assets, the money being thrown out there, the money being wasted on it, you know, the egos involved in this and just maybe not wanting to look bad for giving Jimmy G away for not what they wanted to expect. There's so many things that play into this, and it's just not the same situation like you said in the late 80s. It's not. And assets are more valuable now in the NFL than ever before because of free agency and the salary cap and all that, and they gave away a ton of assets to get this guy where we're saying he could be sitting on the bench for a few years. That doesn't make sense.
April 24, 1987, the 49ers acquire Steve Young from the Buccaneers for a second-round and fourth-round pick. He had 4 years left on his contract at the time. He was signed through 1990, and the bottom line is when his contract expired after the 1990 season, he had no path to the market. His choices after 1990, assuming he didn't get an extension before then, and I don't have in front of me when and if he signed his next contract, but he wouldn't have been able to leave. He showed up with 4 years committed to the 49ers, and unless they would have left him unprotected under the old Plan B free agency, if anyone remembers that, that was the middle ground between no free agency at all and kind of free agency. Right. There would be a number of contracts that could be protected every year. There were a group of guys who were available to be signed by other teams, and that was the first time the NFL dipped its toe in the free agency water. It was Plan B free agency. That would have been his only path out before the CBA of 93. So he couldn't leave after 4 years. They were able to squat on him as long as they wanted to. So it's entirely different. They can't let this go for 4 years. I don't know whether Jed York was just kind of loosely using his words or what, but you're not going to, I mean, you've only got Jimmy Garoppolo under contract for 1 more year. Surely you're not going to keep him for 3 more years.
No, I think this is just this ongoing PR propaganda, selling point from the 49ers of trying to get more in trade value from Jimmy Garoppolo. I think at the
anything.
Or anything.
Not
right.
more.
Yeah,
anything.
That's where we're at. I think we kind of, we've unpacked this a lot during the week. That's what they're trying to do here. They are. I mean, Kyle Shanahan, they already told us. I mean, Shanahan told us on the Tuesday press conference, the plan was to trade Jimmy G and start Trey Lance. I mean, they told us. I don't know if he meant to say that or not, but that's literally what came out of his mouth. And wait, now they can't trade him and what? And now they're trying to, oh, well, we might keep him because, oh, wait, he's got a shoulder injury and that makes it harder. But we might keep him. Oh, so you better have to trade us, something important to give him away now because we might just stay here and make this a Steve Young, Joe Montana thing and just kind of ride this out. We got two good quarterbacks. It's a good problem to have. That's what they're doing. That's certainly what it seems like to me.
The only good problem is no problem. And are they stubborn enough? I'm sitting here running this through my head. Are they stubborn enough to keep Jimmy G and pay him $25 million just because they didn't want to admit we overplayed our hand, we didn't get anything for him, we were going to move forward with Trey Lance, but you know what? We're just going to keep Jimmy G one more year because we don't want to just cut him. And it makes no sense. You need that $25 million for Deebo Samuel and Nick Bosa.
I know.
That's $25 million that can be devoted to other people who are actually going to be part of the team over the long haul. So you're going to keep around a quarterback that there's a hard ceiling on what he's ever going to be able to do for you. And you're going to keep him for one more year just to justify.
And he's not going to come back, right? He's not going to come back. Why would he want to come back? That's not going to happen. He could play bad and get benched, and you have no value for him next year, or during the season or whatever, early in the year, whatever. To me, none of it makes sense. None of it lines up. Their time is now or never.
Here's the reality. When you go through life acting like you're the smartest guy in the room, you eventually realize you're the dumbest. That's what's going on. They're out there. They think that people don't understand what they're trying to do. And and meanwhile, it's dragging down Trey Lance's career. You're playing these games with Jimmy Garoppolo and whether we're going to get something and how long we're going to play this out. And maybe we'll actually keep him. It'll be Joe Montana and Steve Young. You act like everybody else is stupid, 49ers. You act like we're all stupid and we don't see through what you're doing. Meanwhile, you got a young quarterback. You should be focused on getting the most out of him. You gave up 3 first-round picks and a third-round pick for this guy, and he's left to wonder what in the hell's going on. I thought I was the guy. Instead, they're keeping the guy everybody loves because they can't get a third-round pick for him or whatever it is they want. I mean, God, talk about penny wise and pound foolish.
Yeah, agreed. There's no doubt. And, yeah, I would think the play would be let's start the Trey Lance era and give him the confidence and really start grooming him and getting the locker room behind him. Hey, the guys in the locker room, too, they're sitting there going, what? They're going to start questioning it too. Why did we trade 3 first-round picks for a guy that's going to play 3 years later? What the hell is that doing for us right now? That's going to bother guys too.
When stuff like this happens, I'll get the fan base saying, why are you being so mean? Why do you hate the teams? I should just say, fine, I won't say anything. Go ahead and do your stupid-ass things. Go ahead. Do dumb things and wonder why you can't get to where you want to get to. Go ahead. Keep doing dumb things because this is dumb. This is dumb. You made the decision last year to go all in with Trey Lance. And again, unless they're concerned that Lance isn't ready, unless that's really what's at the core of this, unless there's a difference of opinion in the organization about whether or not we really want to give the ball to Trey Lance, who we thought we were going to see a lot more of than we did last year, they're being stupid. They think they're being smart.
Yeah.
They're being stupid.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.